Okay, it says I am live, but if anyone sees me, if I'm showing up anywhere, could you please let me know? Let's see. It's showing a pink screen. Oh, there I am. Oh, and I see Lisa's here. Bringing Lisa on as well. There.
Hello.
I even just announced this. I'm like, I've been trying to get us connected, trying to get this connected since like 10 to 5. And I'm actually running off my phone now. I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm gonna use my phone's data. I can't do this internet thing.
I'm just sharing it over to the page as well to invite people in. And
Oh, okay. Thank you,
yeah,
Tracy. Tracy's like said that she can see me on YouTube. So okay,
beautiful.
so it looks like I'm on Facebook and YouTube, but I have to try to keep the Facebook one on. So I'm gonna switch my no, I can't switch my Facebook back to the regular one. Oh my goodness, that's so funny.
You got to embrace the technology, right? And just kind of roll with the flow. And it is what it is.
Let's just go with this.
Oh, hello to Ellie. I see Ellie just joined and commented there.
Oh, hello,
People
Ellie.
coming in the door.
If you're here, and you're watching, just say hello. And if you're in the event page for the upcoming event in Camrose, if you're on that event page and you have showed interest to coming to the event, then there is a link for 7 o'clock as well. This is us coming in here first, but there is a link. So if you are on the event page for the Camrose Wellness Wine and Woo Woo page, then if you're on there, then there is a link if you're showed interest or if you're going, whatever it is. There is also a link in there for 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time where you can come in and join in a Zoom meeting where you'll be on screen with us, but it won't be live in Facebook. It will only be a Zoom. So if you're there, then you can come join us.
Oh, we're live at the beach with Tracy. Woohoo! Love the beach.
Happy you took us to the beach, Tracy.
Yeah, it's pouring rain here on Vancouver Island, and we've had
No
a lot of
way.
storms coming through. So my spirit is there at the beach with you, Tracy. That's one of my favorite places to be, and I love the Devonshire Beach up in Slave Lake, Alberta, my previous hometown. So thank you for taking us to the beach with you.
So you got a lot of storms coming?
We had some massive storms over the last couple of days. I think it's supposed to peter out a little bit, but I was woken up, I think it was the night before last, and I just kept hearing this is like a tsunami, right? It was just like pouring down so hard. And yeah, I just called in the angels, protect all the animals, protect the plants, protect everybody that's out there. And yeah, I was thankful for my warm bed and my cat being inside and not out in that torrential downpour. And it was powerful. Whatever was coming through was very,
Wow.
very powerful.
And it's been absolutely beautiful here all week. Tracy says beautiful in Slave Lake. It's
Yeah.
been gorgeous. Like I came back from getting my hair done on Monday, and when I got into my truck in the driveway, I thought I was going to pass out. I'm like, because I had like fall clothes on, and I actually had boots on my feet for the first time, like fall boots. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to die. I literally was like stripping off clothes as I'm trying to get. It was 26 degrees here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and and then it was 21, and then now it's like 19, 20, somewhere around there. So it's still nice, right? But I
Yeah.
got my hair done
Yeah,
thanks
it
to
was
Michelle.
beautiful. Yeah, and the fall colors are so nice this time of the year. And yeah, I am thankful for the rain because we have the salmon that are just starting to run in the river, so they all go upstream to
That's right.
lay their eggs and stuff. It's the coolest thing to watch.
It's so
And
neat.
our rivers, our lakes have been so dry. So I mean, I'm grateful now that they have that extra kind of push there to kind of help them on their journey. And yeah, Mother Earth knows what she's doing, so I may not like it, but Mother Earth is in charge.
Yep, they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
Barefoot on the beach. See?
Oh, I love it.
How nice is that? October the 2nd, and you can still be barefoot on the beach.
Yeah. And hello to Wendy, who has also joined as well. Thank you for coming in.
and Wendy is just getting prepared. She's going to be moving into her new house in
Nice.
Grand Prairie.
Oh, congratulations, Wendy.
Oh, it's so good.
Hmm.
So yes, so if you are watching and you're in the vicinity of being able to get to Camrose for the upcoming event on October the 25th, you can come join us after this one. And there's a link for Zoom in the event page. It's under the discussion. If you go into the discussion on the event page, then you can go in there, you get the Zoom link and the password, and you can come in and you can join us. So that's happening. So that's happening at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. For now, we want to come in and talk a little bit about everything that's happening. Hello, Sheila. It's my Aunt Sheila. She's like
Aw.
my little hero right now. She's doing so good.
Aw.
Um, Sheila,
And Liz.
I have to say, I seen a picture. I was looking at pictures of you. You look incredible. You look so good. Just wanted to say that. And hello, Liz. Hello, hello. Okay, so
All right.
we're going to come in and pull some cards, but we're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming things as well.
And you have a very big announcement I think you need to share
book.
first. A beautiful creation that was very silently launched, but I think it just deserves the acknowledgement of how much work and time you've put into allowing these creations to come forward. And yeah, take a moment to share the baby.
And so it's so funny. It's so funny, but not funny. It's like everything that we have put out, every one of the projects that have come out has all come out when there's been something that kind of comes up that kind of blocks the work a little bit. So like the postal strike is now on. And there's areas like where I am where Amazon keeps telling me they can't deliver here, but the Amazon truck keeps driving past my house. It's the funniest thing. I just passed another one today having his break at the four-way at one of the four-way stops, like at the crossroads out on the range roads. And I'm like, I'm going to start taking picture of every Amazon truck that I see passing by my house or on the range roads because they can't they tell me they can't deliver in my community. And I'm like, yes, you can. So anyway, the strike, and so there is people who's messaging me that are in rural areas or they're in areas in Newfoundland where they're not where Amazon is telling them they can't deliver to their area, and that is because of the postal strike. If that's happening, sometimes if you just change your address and make sure you don't have the postal code, if there is a delivery truck, then there's a good chance you will be able to get it delivered to you. But one more of the obstacles. But anyway, There Is a Way Home is out. So
Yay.
this is the newest book. And this book is, someone asked me about this yesterday. And the woman says to me, so the lady I met yesterday in Sylvan, out at lunch at the East Coast restaurant, she's so sweet. But she said two things. So we talked about, she said, what is this? She says, and she wanted to know what this was. And then she told me that I have to change my picture on my website because that doesn't even look like you. My picture. She said, you are nowhere near that size. And it's true. Those pictures were taken. And I mean, I love the photographer and the work, but it was taken after my back surgery and 6 months after. And that's why it doesn't look like me. But this picture and why we use this picture is because what I am laying on is not a rock. It's not a rock. But you want to say that, right? Like these are the things we assume. We take this assumption. I laid on it thinking it was a rock, to come to find out this is 1,000+ year old cedar tree that had fallen or had been cut down, whatever it was, but it was on the beach and it's petrified. So it's a petrified cedarwood tree. That represents like pretty much the tree of life, right? That is literally our center, right? It's that trunk. So this is the actual full trunk of 1,000+year-old cedar tree that's petrified. And so it just represented so much, it meant so much, and that's why I use this photo. And because it ties so much into us, just like wine and chips. Wine and chips is wine back into water. Like the story that turns water into wine, this is us turning wine back into water. This one is shadow work. This one is reflective work. And there's the difference. Each one is like a step, right? Each one is like a step in our lives that we take. It's like it's not written in how-tos, because it's written in, if you read a how-to and you're like, oh, I got it in a couple paragraphs and I got life all figured out, then yay, good for you.
No.
It didn't happen that way for me at all. That's not how it went. And so this is the shared stories of a part of a step of, yeah, this is how it all went down. And so it's the chaotic craziness of every thought kind of coming out and onto paper. And so this book, and the difference in this one is reflective. This one is a reflective journey. It is the journey of really the hero's journey of coming back home to self, like really getting back into who we are and what we are as self, like finding. It's so easy to find our our negative side, or to make friends with our inner enemy. I just talked about this, is actually my energy update
Yeah.
this week, and it's about, it's like we make such friends with our inner enemy, the enemy of the mind. And the only reason why we believe, and we talked about this in class last night, is the only reason why we believe the negatives that are said is because we believe it within ourselves somehow. So we attach to it because we believe it about ourselves. We don't believe we're worthy. We don't believe we're adequate. We don't believe we're enough. And we get caught in that story. And so then we're always chasing life to try to prove to ourselves and others that we are. But if we change the belief, and we can start to turn that belief around, is that we start to move into listening to faith. And faith tells us that, it's like, you know what? You were always adequate. You were always enough. You were always worthy. What do you believe in that for? What are you over there for? And so this is actually the movement into believing in the ultimate of the truest lights, and believing in the faith, and believing in ourselves without having to make any relationship to that inner enemy. So this is kind of that journey that I share in this book. I guess that would be a way to put it. So if you are just getting into the books, you would be starting with Wine and Chips, right? Ownership and accountability. My Truth of Existing Beyond a Reflection, step 2, 3, 4. This is where, okay, yeah, I can see that and I understand that, but it still don't make shit okay. It's still like, it still don't justify behavior, or it still means that, I have a right to my stories and my truth and my hurt, and it really hurt. And so that is that.
That's the one where your soul's talking. I love that one. It's one of my favorites. They're all my favorites, but that one really pulls something in there.
This one's when you turn the mirror around and you look into the mirror yourself. This is the soul. And then this one is Wine and Chips, is the shadow work. And it's how we get so disconnected and how we reflect into something other than ourselves. So it's like, I wrote about a grape named Rose, and I'm talking to Rose, and Rose said, and Rose did, and Rose. And in the end, Rose is actually us, right? It is the version of us that we can't see until we're ready to actually see our own bullshit. And so that's that book. And then we have this book. Mm-hmm. So this book is now out. There is a Way Home, and it is on Amazon. There.
Woohoo! Yay! Yeah. Thank you for sharing all your beautiful creations. And nobody celebrates it as deeply as the author, because you are very aware of the journey of everything that it took to bring those out into the world of form. And having edited through that and being on the receiving end, I am so grateful of seeing your stories, feeling your stories, but the level of realism that you really bring into your writings. And it's really nice to have an opportunity to step into seeing the life of a mystic and somebody who can see beyond and see the things that we either take for granted or we've forgotten those magical parts within ourselves. And it's just such a beautiful opportunity to get the real Corrie style of, she's going to tell you like it is. I think there's a couple F-bombs dropped into there. And I think I chuckled my way through. I cried my way through. I went, oh, fuck, I had to go through all those questions. And it's just such a beautiful collaboration of realism. It is
Yes.
not the how to. And I really love how you say that, because you say it very point blank in the book. We got to do our own work. We are accountable for doing our own work, but seeing somebody who walks the talk, lives the talk, embodies the talk. The picture on the front for me, it really symbolizes surrender. So when I look at that, and in the work, doing through human design, the gene keys, that's to me the Sudi, the highest light aspect there is. When we go through learning about our shadow, then learning to be of service, then reaching the ultimate surrender. So finding the way home, that's the ultimate peace, the embodiment of love, one with the wood, one with the tree of life. And there's so much depth to that. And I know for myself, now that my copies come through Amazon, I want to spend the time to do the reflection questions, because I did not do that when I was doing the editing part. And I'm very aware, because I keep hearing, you got to sit and do the reflection questions.
Oh God, you want to really do that?
I do. I really do, because I'm also committed to doing the work, right? I'm not somebody who's going to just come in and do it halfway. There's a part of my soul that will keep nagging and saying, it's not about perfecting anything. It's about sitting with yourself and having an honest conversation, just like you would sit with somebody over a cup of tea. So it's not too deep. It's not too hard. It's really just making the space, which sometimes can be our greatest excuse of, well, I don't have the time. But there is no greater investment in your time than spending time with you to get to the truth of, why am I doing those things that continually sabotage me, that take me away from my joy, my bliss, and how can I find my own way home? Because home is there. Home is in the heart of all of us. So
Home is there. So, yes. So at the end of every chapter, there's reflective questions, or most chapters. I think it's all chapters. Everyone has it, right? Yeah,
well, maybe. I can't remember.
I'm like, I can't remember. But there's reflective questions, and this is a lot like what More Than Existing program is like, right? And so this is kind of like that in a smaller amount. And so so we made it into not a self-help book, not a not a workbook, but it blends a bit of both of everything, right? It's like, it's not that, but you'll be surprised how you're going to help yourself by truly stepping into the journey that comes with the book. So I can actually say I'm very proud of this book.
You should
be. Right? And I am the writer, and Lisa is the editor. Like, I literally write these. Somebody else doesn't write them from my story. They're written by me. So so they're out, but that's where we are. But we want to, and so we're going to pull some cards for some people while we're here. Yes, we are. So we're going to do that for you. And also, just to let you know that tickets are available on Eventbrite, and everything is in the event page or on the website regarding the upcoming event in Camrose. And if you're here and you're anywhere near Camrose, and it's a women's wellness, wine and woo woo type of event that is happening in Camrose, October the 25th. It's an evening event. We're cramming a lot into an evening, and we're going to have some hors d'oeuvres. The bar will be open. We'll be serving wine. I got to check and see if they're serving other alcohol, but I know for sure we have wine being served. And you can purchase individual tickets, or you can purchase a table. If you got a group of, say, 6, because table of 6 is the size, then you can purchase a whole table. But if you're anywhere in the area, we'd love to see you.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to that. Just an evening out to connect with others and to like say, speak our language, right? Everything that is woo, everything that is magical and mystical, you don't have to filter your conversation. And you had in the description at one point, a night for women to exhale. And it took me a little while to actually understand what that was. I'm like, oh, it's like, I got to take the weight off. I can speak the way I want to speak. I can be who I am meant to be. I don't have to pretend, or I don't have to worry about offending somebody. Not that I do so much anymore anyway, but it's just nice to have areas where you can go and be with others who are very like-minded, and just allow yourself to be the weird, the magical, the mystical, the whatever it is that you are wanting to express within that.
Right? Are we related? No, no, we're not, Claire. We could pass as sisters.
I could be the annoying little sister at times, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say sometimes she's like that little sister. And yes, and so some of the other ladies that are here tonight or are here this evening, they're also a part of it. So we have some
Yes.
amazing vendors, and the amazing vendors are there's so much to them. There's so much to them. Yeah, I can't wait. And so thank you to everyone who's passing on congratulations for the book. I really appreciate it. Okay, we're going to pull some cards. We're going to do a couple readings for people. So we are soul sisters, yes.
we are.
Okay, so if you would like a card, then you can just say, I would like a card, please. And we're going to pull some cards. I am, like I said, 7:00. We're shifting over into Zoom, and that's not going to be on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, but yeah. Okay. So we have Jacqueline and Jordan and Claire already asking for cards. Who are you going to choose?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Claire, I'm being drawn to you. So I'm going to go into your direction first. And, it's interesting because I found a new to me set of tarot cards, and these are angel wisdom. And that happens to be the Sudi, the highest light aspect of the energy that we're in right now. So let us go right to the wisdom to see what
That's my evolution in my Gene Keys.
Oh, yeah. I
I
have this one. It comes up 4 times in my human design chart. And for the longest time, I said, well, I'm sitting in the shadow of inadequacy. It shows up everywhere. And then I learned why don't you look at the gift of resourcefulness and see how resourceful you are, and how life is really about learning to have fun and to try and to play and all those other things. Right. So, Claire, interesting. So you have this lady in green, and I want to read the bottom to you because it has a very powerful message. And it says, managing your resources wisely, extremes in how you give or receive money, time, or emotions, smart business decisions, and seeing things as black or white, or being charitable. Now, you'll notice the lady is in the very beautiful green. So she is very much healing. And I feel like for you, you kind of are at the crossroads of making some important decisions within your life. And they really want to draw to your attention how supported you really are. And a lot of times it's very easy to go to the lack mentality, or the fear mentality, the worry mentality, or moving into the shadow of what is right now, feeling like we're inadequate. When you really step into seeing everything that you have, and everything that is so easily adaptable to you. So your unique way of doing things, your ability to come in with some new creativity, to breathe fresh life into something, to really kind of revitalize things by shifting it in a new direction, you're going to find that you have more than enough skill set to do what it is that you are here to do. So I'm not sure if you're wanting to start a new business adventure, or if you're already in business and this is a new project that's coming on board, but it's also about calling your energy back into yourself to make sure you are in the place where you are fully healed, renewed within your own energy before going out there and giving it into others. So I hope that makes sense for you, Claire. It feels like very exciting energy, very planting those roots down, right? Really kind of starting the seeds of something that is going to really flourish for you in that.
All right.
Okay.
So Claire is a part of a published book that's out. I think it's a collective writing of several
Oh,
people. Yeah. So
beautiful.
yeah, that I do know.
Beautiful, Claire.
Yeah. So Claire is on her way. That's a it's never easy.
No, but
Being a
there's a lot
published
of
author is not
potential
easy.
there.
I'm like, and I can tell you as someone who now has like 4 books out, and being self-published is when people think we make a fortune from this stuff, we literally make probably about $3 a book, $2. $3, but probably about $3 a book. We really don't. We don't make the. It's like that's not. It's like we don't write for that reason, right? We
No.
write for a different reason. We write for a different reason, and I always say I don't write for that reason. I don't share it for that reason. I write for a whole different. My why is bigger, and I think that's for you too, Claire. I really think for you, it's that you really know you have something to give and something to share and something to say. So keep speaking, keep showing up, and keep doing what you're doing, girl. Keep going.
Beautiful.
Okay. So
Sherry's just asking before you start. Sherry's just asking, what deck are you using? These are the Angel Wisdom Tarot. This is Radley Valentine's.
I'll say that's a Radley.
Yeah.
Yeah. That deck's been out for a little bit. It's a lovely deck.
It called my name when I went to a Renaissance fair in Coombs, BC.
Good for you.
Oh, good. Yes. Yeah, definitely new project. Yeah.
It's called Ignite Impact.
Ignite.
Yes, that's the name.
Wonderful.
I was trying to remember the name, Claire, and I couldn't remember the name off
Wonderful.
the top of my head. Okay, I'm going to choose Jackie. So I'm going with, I wanted to call you Jackie Pence. Jackie Fitzgerald. I was going to say Jackie Fitzgerald. She was Jackie Fitzgerald. Jackie Pensant. Okay, Jackie, let's see what the cards, and I'm using the Everyday Goddess Oracle cards, which are my deck. So I have 2 decks of cards out, and they're only available on my website, but with the Canada Postal Strike right now, I can't send them out. So if you do order them, it's not because you're not getting them because they're not being sent, it's because I can't send them out, and cost of pure later is astronomical. So because Canada Post is on strike, the orders will go out when that clears up. Jackie, let's see. The energy today was just horrible. Did you feel it was earlier this morning? It was, and then there was a shift. Yesterday was crazy. Early this morning, I woke up in crazy, crazy energy, and then I felt the movement. And so it has kind of taken a little bit of a shift. Jackie, so I pulled the Innocence card for you. This is grace. This is grace. And so the beauty of grace. And so a second card kind of fell out with it. And so I had to choose it. And so this was the Medicine Woman. And so I have this sense of childlike energy. And then I also have a powerful sense of knowing. So what I'm being told and what's coming up is this sense of almost like it's not like it's a new beginning. So there's an area of your life of where you are really stepping into a new phase of your life, like a new beginning. So I don't know if maybe you're in your Saturn return. Like I feel like you're in that kind of stage of life of where everything that made sense don't make sense. Things that you liked, you don't like. But it's like you're on this shift, and this shift is happening with or without you. And that shift is kind of where this shift that's happening is really like it's just bringing you back. It's bringing you back to the things that you love. It's bringing you back to like that center of self. It's kind of returning you to the things that you love. And I feel like with that, there's going to be some sort of move, some sort of change. So I don't know if you're changing positions or considering kind of preparing for like a full-on retirement, but life is changing for you. And I just feel like it's time for you to be able to just breathe into life and have fun with life and take on, while still doing some of the deep healing. There feels like there is a deep healing, or you've been through a deep healing and now you're kind of extracting the wisdom from that. And just like, what matters the most to me? What is most important to me? It's like, this shit don't matter no more, and I don't want to have to deal with that shit. So I'm just moving that aside, and I'm beginning to do only what I love. I'm beginning to really kind of make my happiness a priority, put myself into a first place. Like, I want to do what I love, and I want to be where I want to be. And so I just, there's this year, the end of this year and moving into next year, there's a whole lot of movement happening for you. And it's just like, breathe into it, trust the process, and trust the changes. I wouldn't be surprised to see you kind of like selling stuff and making moves, um, and just kind of wanting to put your feet up and just have fun in life. And that's the direction you're going. You're returning to your own inner wisdom, like getting out of your head, moving forward, and just whatever brings you joy and happiness. That's your way, that's your path. And so I do believe that somehow what the energy feels like, if you could really get into your natal chart and discover whether or not you are in your Saturn return, because I really feel like a Saturn return kind of energy for you. And so it is where it pivotally turns us. Right. So it's like, yeah, this change is coming for you, and it's happening. And I just see it. It's working. It's like, it's working out for you. It's gonna put you in position where you're able to make these changes or do the things that you really love to do. And that's what I got for you.
I'm just going to add on to that one a little bit. I was shuffling through the deck and I ended up pulling the 10 of air, and I pulled it in reverse for you, Jacqueline. And when I turned it around, what I was really seeing for you is the presence of Archangel Michael. Now, because it came in protection for you, it came as a little bit of a reminder that, before we can start before you can go into a new journey, it's really important to really do that evaluation to make sure you're not bringing regrets forward, resentments forward, and really appreciating the journey that you have walked so that you can extract the wisdom from that. So the blue also really represents the throat chakra. So having those conversations with yourself to make sure you are speaking your truth, you are honoring yourself, you are literally pulling the daggers out. And the daggers are often the thoughts that we project into our own heart about what went wrong or what happened, or kind of stepping into that victim mentality. And you are anything but the victim. She is so ready to head out the door into all of this beautiful light that is awakening, the colors that are there for you, the bags are packed. It's just the step over that threshold is going to be so much easier when you allow yourself to truly have a fresh start. So whether that's the forgiveness of whatever happened back there, thanking it for the lessons that you learned and you gathered within your own heart, and really appreciating the version of you that just walked through whatever you did walk, but finding the power of your voice. So we do have a full moon that's coming up on October the 7th. That might be a very nice time for you to write down whatever it is that you are ready to release, and then go ahead and burn that, shred it, bury it, however you want to honor it for yourself. But really allow yourself to have that fresh start and to visualize all the beauty and the newness that is just ready for you to make that step across the threshold. That's what they got for you.
And you're welcome. I see Jackie said thank you.
Oh, I saw you.
Yeah.
You call on Archangel Michael all the time. Yeah. Powerful strength. Beautiful, beautiful strength.
And welcome everyone who's joining in. So nice to have you all joining us. We are choosing we're choosing people to pull a card for here. I do want to stop I do want to just say this. My heart is in Buckens this evening. My heart is in my hometown. My heart is also in New Harbor, in my family's home, with my family tonight, and with my dear cousin Emma and her brothers, and with the passing of my great uncle. And also in Buckins with the passing of a beautiful soul that I just seen before we came in here. So I just want to acknowledge that. So my heart is with you all in Buckins and in New Harbor, back in Newfoundland tonight. I send you all so much love. I just want to share that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to jump in, and Charlene, I am being drawn to you. Charlene Ramsum. If you are still here, I'll pull a card and see what Charlene is needing. All right. I'm just reading the bottom of your card here, Charlene, and you're really getting a lot of support wrapped around you. The angels are very much in your presence. You're very much being guided, being held. It does feel like you're going through some situation right now that is kind of pulling on the heartstrings. So whether you have been going through a time of sadness or whether you're just really feeling that need for some extra support, it's a very strong message that the support is around you. You very much are being held. You are being guided. Things are going to unfold as they're meant to unfold in divine timing. You're also getting the number 3, which very much represents the mind, body, spirit relationship. So this is a beautiful opportunity to call the strength into yourself, to really focus on your own mind, your own body, your own inner spirit, and not to give so much away to everybody else, but to understand that you are part of that equation. So we can't give from an empty cup. And if you're going through a period of deep grief right now, or mourning, or kind of going through some kind of loss, that is a very sacred journey. So take the time that you need to go through whatever it is that you are going through. And there is no set pattern for that. So you have to trust what is the best way for you, and to understand that you will be supported in whatever it is that you decide. The choices and decisions are yours to make. And even though this feels really heavy, it's coming with a lot of hope. There's a lot of hope in there. So yes, we have to walk through the storms of life, but every storm does open, and there's other possibilities within there. So we're sending you much, much love. Really focus on the love that is around you as well. And, sometimes I go to sleep like this at night because you just need to be with yourself, to remind yourself to feel the presence of the love, and to kind of have that deeper connection in there. All right.
So, Shar, I just got this message. You're lonely, but you're not alone. You're lonely, but you're not alone. And just know that, yes, you're lonely, but you're not alone. That there's that space in your heart is actually very full, and it's filled with a lot of love from spirit, and a lot of love from your love, from your love, and from that person that you truly loved. And that space is full. Your heart is full. Like, there's that much love in there. And that was and I just got like this overwhelming sense of, my heart just filled up, and I could feel the warmth, and I could feel the love that was being kind of sent your way. So I just wanted to share that with you. Okay. So I'm going to go back here a little bit, and I'm going to go with let's see. I'm trying to find it. Kristen Heights, and Kristen's on YouTube. So I just want to point this out. I'm on both YouTube and Facebook. So because this is broadcasting on both, if you're on Facebook, you won't see the comments from the people who are on YouTube and vice versa. It's like whichever one you're on, you wouldn't see the comments. So I do try to pick out people who are on both. So we have chosen people from Facebook mainly. So I wanted to jump over to YouTube and choose somebody on YouTube. So, um, and so Kristen Heights. Okay, I noticed there's a Kristen and a Joshua with the same last name. Are you both connected somehow? Because I just seen there's two of you there. And so okay, Kristen, I'm going with you. And I'm gonna go and instantly I just got this like jolly happy energy around you. And I don't know who this would be or what this would be or if this is just your energy, but I just got like this jolly happiness. And I'm like, am I getting Jolly Ranchers or am I really getting someone who's jolly? I just got jolly, 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 and just this jolly kind of happiness kind of energy. And I also pick it up like in the ancestor, like somebody, yes, my husband, but I'm doing bath time with her daughter. Okay. That's why I'm getting the jolliness. Okay. Because I'm like, I just got jolly, 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 just happiness. And I just feel this sense of great kind of happiness around you and jolliness. And then with that, I get this kind of jolly old man walking in. And I don't know if he really looked old or if he got old. He's just like he calls himself like the old man. And he's like the old man. And so you got a few of those that's passed away. Okay. Because I'm like, it's a jolly old man. And he's a jolly old man. And he's always kind of like on the upside of things. He's seen the sunny side of life. He was always kind of happy. And he's just like, put those cards down. We don't need those cards. We could just talk. And he was someone who loved to have conversation and loved to talk. And I feel like he had a partner like that as well. Like I do feel like it was like a partner, a team, like so it would be like a husband and wife type of team or partner, but there's two, but he's the one who's speaking. And I just keep getting around him. If I could give him some sort of identity, I'm like, is he a little bit like a Santa Claus kind of energy? He brought joy into the world and he's still in spirit as on a soul level. He has joy in his heart. And he just says that you like you really have that energy or you bring that energy in and you have that sense, you have that light and you have a real light about you and you are someone who brings a light into the world. But you have to remember this. You can't save everyone. That's what they want you to do. You can't save everyone. You can't keep, you can't protect everyone from themselves. There's always those people who no matter how much love or how much light you give them, how much of you sacrifice, you can't save them from themselves. They have to find that spark within themselves. So I pulled out the Soul Connection Vedoma. I didn't listen to him. I still pulled a card. So I still got the Soul Connection Vedoma. And it is really truly doing what makes your heart sing and really truly letting you be seen as all of who you are and not hiding who you are, not keeping that in hiding. It's just like if your gifts and who you are is a problem for someone else, that's their problem and not a you problem. And you have to really let that light shine. But remember, if there's one thing to be a helper and to help others, but if we stay in only the helper and we always stay in only that role, we forget that we're also a leader. And there's periods of times in life where you have to really embody your leadership. And this is where I feel like it's like stepping up and stepping into a leadership role in your life and taking the lead often means that you're beginning to say no to people. And it's like saying no to people is not saying that I'm not available to do things. It's just like I'm not going to meet the demands and I'm not going to meet it on your time and when you want it. I'm going to really embody my happiness and my sense of joy. And your sense of joy should not be always being distracted or being extracted away from you because of other people's choices in their lives. So I just feel like you're kind of being met somewhere with some resistance or somebody's kind of, I don't know, negative energy or toxicity. I don't even like using negative as a word. It's just like people who kind of get stuck in their story and get stuck and trapped in the entrapment stories and can't move beyond. But that's you are here to nurture your soul's journey. You're here to nurture your relationship with that happiness of yourself and finding that self. And I keep seeing Santa Claus. I don't Santa Claus keeps popping up. An image of like Santa Claus keeps popping up. I see like the beard. I see like and I'm like, I don't know what that would mean for you, but there is a like, so I don't know if that ties into Christmas or a love of Christmas, like someone who would have loved Christmas and loved all of those moments that you get to celebrate. Um, and so, yeah, and it's just like, it's really your time to walk your path, your truth, and your happiness. Um, right? And so, okay, trying to leave that behind. Yeah. And it's like just moving forward. You're ready. It is time to go forward. It's time to step into your light. Um, well,
She told
my,
Santa.
my dad's best friend, Dad. Oh, my dad's best friend, Dad. I called Santa. Okay, there you go. Thank you. I'm like, he just keeps popping up in my face. I'm like, you're right. He's right in my face. Uh, and so you have a lot of love and support that's really supporting you to really like live your best life, move forward, and just keep going and don't freaking look back. There is no need to look back. There's nothing back there for you. You are. It's all about you going forward and living your best life, and that's what I got for you.
Beautiful. Yeah, that was a beautiful, powerful message. And originally I did pull a card for you as well, Christine, but then something told me to put that back in the deck and draw one out for your husband instead to include him with this reading. So I'm going to flip over to Joshua. And what I got actually, and it kind of combines the two of you together because you are in this partnership, this relationship together. You got the 5 of Earth. And this really comes up with having some financial worries. Now, you're going to notice the old lady that's kind of sitting on the bench. And, it doesn't really do it justice when we are stuck in our mind and we're trying to worry about things that are so far into the future. And it's a powerful reminder that whenever we are thinking about something, we bring that into creation.
Oh, did we just lose Lisa? Yeah, we did. We just lost Lisa. I don't know what happened. Okay, Joshua, when she comes back, she's going to finish that reading for you. I don't know where she went, but she's coming back. Just give us a moment here to get her back in. And there she is.
That is so funny. That reminds me of how I used to shut down messages that I didn't want to hear either. So, here's the power of the manifestation of our thoughts. And, first of all, we're not alone when we're going through our struggles, our challenges, being caught up in the mind and our worries about financial security, material objects. So really release that pressure that you're putting on yourself to have to try to figure it all out. When we're always focusing on the future, we're not able to stay in the present moment. And you have a great opportunity here. And I want to kind of bring back the essence of that Santa Claus, because Santa Claus is about the fun, the moments, the mystery, the magic. Society took that and made it commercialized, right? We put the attention onto the presents, the have to haves, more of the financial burden than anything else. And they're really wanting you to get more creative in having fun and doing things in a way that fits into whatever the financial situation is, but it creates a lot of joy in your life. So when we start to focus again on all the blessings we have, the joy we have, the gratitude for what we are experiencing, then our thoughts start to feed that magnetic field. And just like the law of attraction, you get more and more experiences that come in to feed the joy and to feed the magic. And that is going to create a future for you that is more in alignment to your truth and being able to really live in that moment, because you're really not the old person on the bench worrying so much about that distant future. That's not who you truly are. So really pay attention to your mind. Look at the potential for new, innovative ways of doing things. And above all else, remind yourself of your power of creation. So, this is the core strength in you. And, I'm also kind of getting the message of maybe it's time to do some decluttering. There could be a lot of treasures around your house that are able to be cashed in to fill some of that immediate need. So just a reminder to kind of look around at everything that you do have and don't worry so much about the future that is out of your hands right now. So that is for you, Josh. You're so funny, just gets kicked right out. I think I did that too in one of our classes, and you were about to give me a reading, and I shut it down and knocked you out of the class.
You did. Okay, your turn. I chose Kristen. Who are you? And then, well, you went Joshua, but who are you choosing now?
Who am I choosing now? Glenda. Glenda, if you're still here, I'm going to go over to you, and she is on YouTube.
Glenda.
So bring it in for Glenda.
And while you're shuffling, I just want to say,
Here we go.
In Buckins, yes, between yesterday and today, I don't know the exact times, but over the last few days, my friends have gone through 2 losses of 2 amazing, beautiful women and souls. And so, I said, I was thinking about the one I just seen before I come in, but one of my dear friends that I grew up with, a couple days ago, also her sister passed. And so if you're here, I just want you to know that you're in my heart, you're in my prayers, and my heart goes out to everyone. Those little town losses run deep. I mean, no loss is easy, but little towns, right? Little towns. Yeah.
All right. So, Glenda, what I ended up getting for you was really about the power of choices. So I feel like, again, there's the tendency to kind of be stuck up in the mind, and you're at the forefront of making a very important choice to you. It doesn't feel like it's a big decision in terms of the universe, but in your heart, in your mind, in your energy, it is a big decision because it's really draining a lot of your energy. And this is coming with a reminder of you have a lot of potentials. You have a lot of variations that you can move in. What matters is that you just make a choice, any choice, because there's nothing that is right or wrong. It's about allowing yourself to have an experience. So if you were to really kind of feel it within the heart and kind of look at, well, what one just feels like it works with your energy right now? What really kind of moves you into the position of it's an excitement? And yes, there might be some fear there, but is it creating an excitement? Does it create a joy? Does it feel more relaxing within your body? And when you kind of narrow it down into what is really good for you and not all of these other potentials of, well, that could happen and that could happen. Yes, anything could happen. But when you are trusting in what feels right for you and not letting the mind decide, but this is the body's awareness, you're going to let yourself start to experience the magic of the universe. So you may not know it all, and we're not designed to know it all. We're designed to allow ourselves to learn, to try, to have fun, to explore. And what if you decide to do that one thing that you've been procrastinating for so long, and it happens to be the right next move for you? So again, what really matters is that you just make any decision. Don't put it off any longer because it is totally draining your energy. And the more you're kind of calculating it up here, it is just kind of snowballing into taking all that joy and stuff away from what could be a very beautiful, beautiful experience. There you go.
There you go. Okay. So I'm not going to add on. I'm just going to leave because I didn't get a message. So I'm just going to move forward and add and choose somebody else. So I am going to go with. I'm going to come down to the lower ones after, but I need to go back up, and I need to go back up to. I need to go back up to Natasha. If you're still here, Natasha, I don't know if you're still here. And Sky, I'm reading your message at the same time as Skywalker. I'm reading your message, and my heart just aches for you. I don't know if I don't know if I'm going to be pulling you. I don't know, but I just want you to know that that I see you. I see you, and I haven't only. My heart really, truly just goes out to you, but I'll see what comes. But Natasha, I'm hearing Natasha, so I have to choose Natasha for right now. But I do see you. I see you. I see you all here. Natasha, let's see. So Natasha, I just get this sense of you feeling like lost today. Like there's this, you don't know where to put your emotions. You don't know how to sort yourself out in this experience that you're experiencing. And I just feel like there's it's like stop trying to make sense of things. There is kind of no making, uh, there's like no making sense of this, Natasha. It just feels like there's no making sense. We just can't make sense. There's no, right? And you are, right? And I'm like, you just can't make sense. There's no way to organize your emotions or to put things in perspective. And it just feels like, it just feels like you really have to just trust that it's okay to let yourself kind of fall apart a little bit. It's okay to let yourself fall apart. Sometimes we need to let ourselves fall apart. Sometimes we need to let ourselves stop being strong and trying to be strong or trying to keep ourselves together, and we have to trust the strength of the divine that holds us and carries us. And so I pulled the strength card, and I pulled Archangel Ariel with it, and I really feel Archangel Michael. Like I know Archangel Ariel is here as well, but I'm really feeling, we lost Lisa again, but I'm really feeling Archangel Michael is who I'm picking up as well. And when I pull the strength card, it's just like is really that sense of not looking outside of ourselves for that strength, but just knowing that that strength moves through us. There's something that holds us and something that carries us. I've spent the last 6 months with her, and I'm just lost her. Oh my God. Oh shoot. Okay. That makes so much sense to me. And I just knew, like I seen you, like I had to speak to you, like I have to speak to you. And it's just like that that strength, like it's the strength of the guides, it's the strength of the angels, it's the strength of the divine that carries us and moves us through. And it's like you don't know what to do in this experience. You don't know what to do in this moment. And there's not a lot you can really do, right? It's hard to be able to know. Letting Lisa back in, it's hard to know what to be able to do. And so you don't have to figure it out. You don't have to, it's no making sense of it. There's nothing of it to kind of make sense. But just know that the strength that is carrying you is the strength of the divine. It is the strength that is greater than us and is more than us. And it holds us so that we can fall apart and that we have to let ourselves fall into our grief and into our pain and into our hurt because you are feeling it. It is so fresh and it's so new that it's just so much that is happening. But I just get the sense of there's nothing else you could do to change things. There's nothing more you could do to change a situation, change the scenario, change the outcomes. It's what's here. And I just keep hearing harsh judgments. And I just feel like there's a lot of harsh judgments, and not getting caught up in the entanglement of the stories or the harsh judgments. It's like, don't even listen. Don't even listen. I feel like you know a bigger truth and you know a greater truth, and stay with that truth in your heart. But it's like, it's not a time to kind of master your emotions. It's a time to let your emotions be mastered. Let the masters in. Let the masters in so that they can help you through this time and this moment that you are experiencing. And we everything that holds you back from speaking your truth, don't let it hold you back. Don't let it hold you back. I feel like you have a lot of truth to speak, and I feel like you have a lot to say. And I pulled the moon card. There's conflicting energies, or there's conflict, or there's shit that needs to be said. And I'm like, speak. And I just keep getting this, and I get this in an angry voice, and it just is, tell the fucking truth. Like, you speak up. You say what probably I should have said. You say what I should have said. You say, you tell, you speak, you let it out. And I just feel like you speak. You speak. And I do feel like you're going to be speaking for her. You're going to be speaking on behalf of her. And I feel like you're going to find a strength that you didn't know you had. And I do feel like you have a lot of truth. And I just keep hearing, don't you fucking hold it back. And that's what I'm getting. Don't you fucking hold it back. You're going to be speaking a truth, and it's going to come from a place that is greater than you. It's bigger than you, and it's going to really, truly, it's going to hit. Right. And so, yeah. And I feel like in divine time, you'll find the words and the language to say it in the way that resonates and hits home. And it's not going to be in a way that falls flat. That's what I get for you, Natasha. You keep going. It's 2 major arcana cards I pulled. I got the moon, I got the strength card, and I'm telling you, stand up to the darkness, stand up to the shadows, stand up to it all, and be the light. Be the light and be the voice. Because I feel like I wish you could have been a voice. And you're going to be a voice. Somehow you're going to be a voice. And I don't know, right? I don't know what that all means yet, but you do, and you will, as it unfolds. There you go.
Beautiful message.
You're so very welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, my dear friend Lisa. Aww. It is nice to be seen. Everyone deserves to be seen. And you're always in my heart.
There we go. So sorry for my internet connection. I'm in and out quite a bit. It's like a little game of peekaboo tonight in that. But yeah, I'm back. That was a beautiful message that you just gave to Natasha. Do you want me to go ahead and grab somebody there? Okay. Let me see. I'm just scrolling up a little bit more. And if you're still here and you want a reading, feel free to re-put your name down into the bottom. That might kind of refresh it sometimes. We sometimes get a little bit of a delay in here. But if you're feeling drawn to receiving, feel free to put your name in.
Yeah, we have another little bit, so we're good for.
Yeah, we do have a little bit of time here. Not too much longer, but we do have.
No, I was going to say, I got to take a little bit of a break in between.
Yes.
So if you're someone who's been contemplating coming to Camrose, well, Lisa's picking. If you're coming to the event that's happening in Camrose, Alberta, or you're contemplating and you're on the event page, we will be skipping from here and going into Zoom, and that will not be live. But there is a link in the event page that you can come join us in that group after, and that's going to be a Zoom meeting type of thing. So if you're interested and you kind of wanted to have a little more meet and greet with us, then, and we would have had Linda here with us as well tonight, but Linda is actually traveling, so she's also one of the speakers. And then we have our beautiful vendors also coming in, and we'll bring those in another night as well in a live if we can get everyone together.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm drawn down to Rose, and it's interesting because before I got kicked out, Rose, I wrote your name on my paper. So I'm glad that you reintegrated that you were looking for a reading. And what I pulled for you is actually the Page of Earth. So this really talks about, the curiosity of kind of immersing yourself into some learning right now. So whether you are taking some courses or you found something that kind of really is calling at your soul, it's engaging your creativity, your capacity to want to learn, and really having a lot of joy around that for you. So if you're contemplating even perhaps going back to school or taking a course or allowing yourself to trust in the direction that you're being guided, now is a beautiful time for you to do that. There's a little rabbit in there, so there's a lot of luck on your side that whatever doors need to open to get you where you need to be to learn what it is that has you captivated, those supports are all there in place. So don't be afraid to go ahead and follow the calling of your heart. Again, don't let the mind jump in and come up with all the reasons why you can't. Look at all the reasons why you should. So that is your message there, Rose.
All right. And I'm going to keep going because I want to get through as many as we can.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to go with Todd. Todd, I don't even know. Todd Kachuk. Is it Todd Kachuk? Todd Kachuk. I'm going to go with Todd. Let's go there. If you're still there, Todd.
You are welcome, Rose.
I'm just trying to see if Todd is still there.
Todd is there, yes.
Okay. All right, Todd. And I'm going to go to my angel deck from Radley Valentine. This deck was actually Radley and Doreen. This deck goes way back. Way back when. That's how old this one is. You can get this deck now, but it only says Radley. And so, Todd, let's just see. I'm like, am I getting changes or challenges? Which one is coming up? Changes or challenges? Changes or challenges? Which one is there? I feel like a bit of both, maybe. I'm getting changes and challenges. What's happening? So I do feel like there's a lot of areas of your life, Todd, where you've kind of had to kind of close your heart off, like shut down. So I got the King of Water, and he's kind of got his arms crossed, and he's kind of like, not doing that, not letting anyone in, not doing that. And it just feels like I've been there, done that. I'm not doing it again. So sometimes we can kind of be our own obstacle or get in our way. Yelp. And I'm like, so it's like you've kind of shut down and just said, I'm not even opening my heart no more. I'm not going that path. I'm not doing this. But you're being told that it's like, you got to start opening up again. You got to open back up. You got to start moving into where you can start to trust you to know that you can kind of pick out the weeds in a story, that you can see the red flags, that not everyone who comes into your future is actually it's actually the face of someone from your past. And so it's like the people of your past becomes lessons, blessings, and wisdom, right? So you're extracting from the experiences of the past, but not applying it to the people that are coming into your future or coming into your life. And so I just feel like it's like opening up. And so there's doing the healing around these emotions that are swirling around, and those stories that are in your mind is bringing you into a place of it's time to do the work on clarity. It's time to gain clarity on what's real and what's not. And that it's now time to, if I want to open my heart, I got to stop telling myself those little white lies that says everyone is this way. Everyone is going to do this. I can't trust anyone. Anyone? Really? No. And so we got to kind of nip that in the bud and just go, no, it's not everyone. It's not, I can't trust anyone. There's specific people or specific situations of where I have been betrayed, or where I've had where I've had to, where I've experienced those experiences of being let down, discouraged. And so it's been discouraging, but not everyone is like that. So the environments of where I put myself is going to matter. If I learn to really listen to what people are saying, and not just taking things at face value, is really questioning without interrogation, asking more questions, getting to know the why behind people. And that it comes with great opening up to great listening skills, so that you can begin to really um, build up your sense of trusting yourself again, and being able to have compassion for yourself, but also having compassion for other people. And it's like there's a lot of people who really respect you. There's areas, there's places of where you're really respected, is what I'm keep getting. So where are you going to get that work, or where are you going to do it? Follow my YouTubes. There's lots of YouTube videos, but there's a lot of really great information out there, that when we stop only seeing the what's wrong with other people, when we stop looking at it and say, well, yes, that person was just like that, and just say, okay, what is my role? What is my role? And the hardest person to face is ourselves. Is when we have to turn that reflection around. When we take responsibility for our own, we don't take responsibility for anyone else's, right? It's like, but when we turn the mirror around, just look at myself. If I could look into my own reflection and ask my own self the hard questions of what I want to ask other people, right? What I want to ask other people. If I want to ask other people those reflective questions, I need to ask myself those questions. What am I seeking? Do I have high expectations? Do I set myself up for failure by putting such high expectations that I'm guaranteed disappointment? And so it just brings back to that I'm always going to be disappointed when I set myself up for disappointment. Am I always setting my own self up? Am I always in setting my own self up for disappointment, for failure, for all of those things? And so this is moving us into the King of Water. Master your emotions. Emotional intelligence is everything. And the way we grow through that is mapping back to those points of where we emotionally shut down, and starting to evolve beyond that and grow beyond. So emotional intelligence, self actualization, self-realization, those are key things for you to start looking into. But I feel like it's like beginning by just saying, I'm beginning to open my heart. I'm ready to open up to new experiences. Start talking to the universe. Start talking to the universe, as long as also start talking to yourself in a more productive way, instead of a disempowering way. You want to empower yourself. You don't want to keep disempowering yourself. And yeah, you're ready. You're ready. You're ready for these new experiences, and you're ready for this life. And you just got to be in the right places with the right kind of people, because not everyone's interested in hearing what we have to say. But when you find the right people in the right place, you're home, and you come home to you. And so you're ready for this, and it's time. That's what I have for you.
Beautiful. Todd, I would get Corrie's latest book, There Is a Way Home. There are some great reflection questions in that one there for you. So, Corrie, while you were reading that one, I was scrolling up through the list, and I actually drew a card and did some channeling through for Michelle Chippett, if Michelle is here. And Michelle, what I received for you was the Two of Air. And I had an opportunity to really sit with this card while Corrie was giving the last message. And what I was really drawn to was noticing, how much attention is being given to the right side of the body, which is our masculine side. But it's also trying to do so much from the logical mind. Where on the left side, there's the moon, there's the intuitive nature, there's the cycles, there's the rhythms. And then there's all this water in behind that's representing emotions. And what I was really kind of feeling when I was sitting with the card for you, Michelle, was the power of other people's emotions around you that then cause you to disregard what you intuitively know to be true or you intuitively want to do. And you jump to an old pattern in the mind that says, well, I have to change the energy in the room. I have to just give in to make somebody else feel better. Or it's the tendency to take on everybody else's emotions and really try to worry about it, try to come up with solutions for other people's problems. And I feel like you're exhausted, that it's now a time for you to really lean more into the gentle side, the ebbs, the flows. Pay attention to the moon cycles, pay attention to how it affects your body. Really start to honor the wisdom within you that just knows what to do. And yes, we can be great empaths that feel so deeply. And as a coping mechanism to that, it's easy to train the logical mind to try to figure out a quick solution to not have to feel so deeply. But when you learn that your capacity to feel is actually one of your greatest gifts, and it's there for you to really kind of gauge the situation to know if the other person is ready to help themselves or if they need more time to kind of go through their own emotions. And then when you feel that shift, that's when you can step in with your guidance and say, hey, have you tried? Or what do you think you're going to do next? Right? Because there's such power in allowing people to empower themselves instead of jumping in to try to fix and save everybody. So the empath eventually leans into compassion. Compassion holds the space. Compassion comes from love. Compassion is like the grandmother that says, yeah, you got yourself into that mess. Now, what are you going to do about it? So you're holding compassion for that. You're acknowledging their struggles, but you're not trying to fix or change it because that could be that individual's lesson to learn. So this is your reminder to really trust the gentle, intuitive voice that you have. You're going to notice at the top, the crown is opening. So you are receiving, but the veil's over these eyes. You want to allow this eye to open up. So you want to go deeper in and out and really open your eye to look beyond the perceived problem, the perceived emotion, and really kind of see the bigger picture. And when you feel so deeply, one of the best ways to see the bigger picture is to give yourself time and space to come back into your own energy so that you can have a bit of a detached view to kind of really put things into perspective before jumping in so quickly to save the day. So you have beautiful, beautiful energy around you, Michelle. Now it's time to embrace that softness and really see it as the gift that it is instead of trying to fix everybody else in the process. So I hope that helps you.
So we're coming down in time, but I'm gonna go with I'm looking back. Sherry Huska. Sherry Huska. And you're welcome, Todd. And Danielle, I seen your comment about moving back to Alberta.
Nice.
Never mind. If he's happy, I hope you're going to be happy back here. And and there was one more that I seen. Oh, and Heather, thank you for purchasing 2 of my books. I seen that they showed up today for you. I'm just kind of trying to see everyone and everything. So Sherry, and I just seen Sherry Haska. Hopefully she's coming to Camrose. And so yeah, I hope you come to Camrose too. I hope you come see us in Camrose. Okay, so let me see. Sherry, are you still here? I want to make sure she's still here. And Todd, you're welcome. trying to see if Sherry's still here before I actually read. If you're here, Sherry, please comment.
Oh, Michelle just said the video froze. You might have to go back and watch the re-recording then, Michelle.
Oh, it did freeze. Oh, interesting. Oh, there she is. There's Sherry. Okay. It froze up for a moment there. Okay. Sherry. So, Sherry, I'm going back to my deck, but I'm going both decks. And we'll pull one more card for the collective for like an overall reading for everyone after we're done with this one, or after I'm done with this one. But so Sherry, I'm going into my Want to Know a Secret to a Life of More Than Existing. And More Than Existing is my brand. So, and I'm pulling from both decks because both of my decks of cards are actually meant to work. They work together. Mm-hmm. They are actually they work together as a little system on their own. And oh God, hold on. I'm like, I didn't want that card. And it came flying out of the deck. And it's like the Hangman in Tarot, but it's the paradox, right? We're a paradox to our own story sometimes, right? It's like, oh, I want everything to be peaceful, but yet I'm always looking for something more to do, or I'm always putting my fingers into something else, right? But yet I want more peace and I want more rest, but yet I want to be busy. It's like we're always those paradoxes. And so I pulled the Hangman and I pulled Sacred Sarah. So you ended up with two cards coming out here. And the Hangman came out in reverse. So this means it's in attitude, which means that sometimes we have to really sit with our own shadow and look at and listen to our shadow. We have to listen to the side of ourselves that's complaining or the side of ourselves that keeps doing what we don't want to do, right? So I feel like there's an area of your life you keep repeating what you don't want to do. And that change has to kind of really come up by really looking at what is sacred to me. And if my peace is what's sacred, if my quiet time is what's sacred, then I have to create space for that and I have to stay in it. Like if I want quiet, if I want to, have some quiet time, you can't leave your quiet time. You got to set the time and you have to stay there, which means if you're going to meditate, you can't be on your phone, right? If you're going to do meditation, you can't be scrolling. Then tell me you're contemplating. Oh, well, I was contemplating. No, you weren't. You were distracted. There's a difference. And being distracted versus being in deep thought and deep meditation is as long as we have thoughts that are talking, then wisdom can't communicate. The divine can't speak to us when we're speaking for the divine. And as long as those chats are happening, there's no space for true conversation because it's coming from ourselves. And so we're coming up with our own solutions, whereas sacred and what is sacred leaves space for there to be this communication that comes in from a higher place, somewhere beyond us. And so you're being invited to spend more time with your sacred, spend more time in your sacred energy, in the parts of yourself that you keep neglecting, putting it on the back burner because you're so busy with everyone else and you're not there for yourself. And so it's about being in the present moment, not in the past and not ahead of yourself. It's about being right here, right now, right? Your presence is needed in your own present moment. And so the card that I pulled from the Want to Know a Secret to a Life of More Than Existing, these are all words. And so this one says, this is your other half of your message. The key to success is to live in the present moment. Success is not about time. It's about embracing the now. Every moment offers you an opportunity to create something beautiful. And it all depends on the choices you make. By being present in the moment, you hold the power to shape your future and make the most of every possibility. And so these present moments, right? When is the right time? Right now. When should I do that? When should I start? Right now. When should I start? When should I speak? Right now. Right now, right? It's right now. These moments right now are the moments that you have. And those moments are the moments that count. And I just have this strong sense that you haven't made time for those moments, that it could be like your grief moments, it could be the changes in your life, or to take that moment to reflect upon where you have been and the journey you have walked and what you have been through. And you really have to take the time to really, acknowledge that. It's like, I'm too busy for myself, too busy for those moments. And now is the time to really embody and to take that on. So I do feel like, the success of your future is going to require you to kind of breathe into these moments that you have, and kind of let go of all of the busyness that's not serving you. Because I just feel like there's so many areas of life that's just like, it's what am I busy doing? Right? What am I busy doing? Am I busy constantly trying to keep up to somebody else's demands, somebody else's wants? Right? And so it's like, it's time to kind of let go, and you're going to land in the right spot, in the right places in your life. But you're always just going to be scattered pieces if you don't really focus on this present moment right now, and making time for you in this life that you're living. There you go. That's what I got.
There we go. Are you wanting to pull a card for the collective? And we
We're the
do have
collective.
another event to get to very shortly.
Yeah, we have another event, so we got to speak fast and get this out fast. If you're, like I said, if you're on the event page of for the women's wellness wine and woo woo event, then we are shifting over there for 7 o'clock. We're doing a quick Zoom over there, so you can come join us over there as well. You're very welcome, Sherry. And so you can come join us in that group. It's not going to be broadcasted out anywhere. It's going to just be for that group. So yeah, you can come join us there. But you got to go to the event page to get there.
Yeah, go into the description. I think you've already posted the link. So yeah, everything should be there. So I went ahead and I grabbed a couple cards while you were doing your last reading, Corrie, just for a collective. And I also have Corrie's beautiful deck here, the Everyday Goddess. So I pulled one from there, and I pulled one from the Angel Wisdom Tarot as well. Now, when I'm reading the tarot cards or any cards, I really read intuitively. So it's not so much the traditional tarot. There's aspects of the tarot that come through, but I'm really looking at images, symbols, feelings, however the card wants to be presented in the energy. So I did pull a card that I pulled earlier tonight in another reading, and this time the contents is a little bit different in there. And I'm going to show them to you guys side by side. Now, we have one that is very much in the intellect, in the mind. We have another one that is very much in the meditation. This is the card of serenity. And what I was getting for the collective is there is a difference between learned knowledge and wisdom. And when we try so hard to continue learning things, to feel like, I have to know more, I have to be better than, trying to seek their credentials, trying to feel that, you're not enough. So there's got to be more that you do, more that you provide. You're always going to be stuck in the rabbit hole of the mind. Whereas when we really learn to embrace our own serenity, meaning coming out of the mind and really trusting in your body's wisdom, within your cellular DNA, you have all of the wisdom that has ever been. So it's no different than you have the ability to go onto Google and look up your information. It's very easy. It's very accessible. Everybody accepts that as normal. It's the same as going within yourself and trusting that you have the divine wisdom within, and the answers to your questions lie within yourself. So you don't have to work so hard trying to figure it all out or trying to prove yourself or compare yourself. There is only one you in this universe. You're the only one that can fill the space that was created just for you. This is more of a time for really relaxing into trusting your intuition, trusting your gifts, trusting in your divine ability to know when to pivot, when to move, when to rest. Your body knows when it's hungry, it knows when it's thirsty, it knows when it's tired. It also knows when it needs joy. We live in a world that tries to get us focused in one direction. What if you gave yourself permission to take that off and you allowed yourself to come into the stillness of you and ask, does that feel right to me? Does that sound correct to me? Is there more to this that I need to be aware of? And don't be afraid to walk in a direction that it feels like not very many people are walking. Because what if you're here to lead the way and carry a torch? And it's not to tell others that you've got it all figured out, it's to literally walk the talk so that you become a beacon of inspiration for others. So it's more about your presence than you having to figure anything out or do anything. And it's really just connecting to your joy, your happiness, or as Corrie has taught us, walking the way of more than existing, finding your way of existing and not just trying to fit into the cookie cutter mold. Passing that over to you, Corrie.
Okay, and Jackie wants to know what the crystal is behind you.
Oh, which one? This big one?
Yeah.
That is fluorite, I believe. And then I have this beautiful set of angel wings that are an amethyst behind me. That was a gift. Yeah, I've got a lot of fluorite in my office.
Okay, so I'm going to come in with the Debbie Downer card. Coming in with the Debbie Downer card. So I'm coming in with the sadness card. And so I'm coming in with the Three of Air. And so I have a couple. So I have a few. But this one here, and I'm going to speak kind of fast. I want to get this message through and out. But it's like with this, it brings up, the greats. There is a lot of, we on a macro scale, we've been through a lot of great sadness. And for those who follow my other work, that follow my YouTube energy updates, you would know that I had the prediction around the big, what's his name, Kirk, Charlie. Oh, Kirk. I just can't think when I'm channeling, but around the shooting. And then this week I had the premonition that came into my energy update for like last week's video was I seen a building coming down, and then it was the shooting and the burning building. And so these are just like threads of great sadness, and that just adds on top of the wars and all the other things and the mistreatment of people, and then our own personal, and then we have our personal stories, and we have our personal things that are taking place and happening. And the world has great sadness, and that's the truth. And with great sadness gives us a great opportunity for healing. And the world is never going to be perfect. So I pulled the imperfection. So imperfectly perfect, what I pulled from the goddess cards. And what this one says is that amongst that, there's also great light, and there's great joy, and there's great love. And so we have love and light, and we have great things that are happening. But through all of this, things that kind of gets thrown in our face is that those things that get kind of thrown at us, and those moments and those pain stories and those exist in other people's fates, is that we also it gives us great opportunity to correct our paths, to make changes in our way, to change our thoughts, to change our patterns, to change how we look at life, how we look at the world. I mean, there's no way in hell that any child should ever be having to go through the trafficking, the wars. Like, those things should never be happening, right? They in our perfect world, in our perfect thoughts, it shouldn't be, but yet it is. But in that is us bringing light and love in. And the more that we can bring in light and love, and the more that we can raise the vibration of joy, is that there's a great thing in coaching, and it always says you can never find a solution by existing in the problem. You can never stay in the problem and find solutions. Someone has to rise. And it's up to us as individuals that we all begin the journey of rising. is that we rise, and as we rise, we raise the vibration, and it inspires others to rise. And so being an inspiration, being a light, being a beacon of hope for somebody, and holding on to the faith begins the change that we need to be able to see. And that's all in the energy, and that's all moving. And so it's a lot of, you're never going to perfect the world, but we can bring ourselves into a place of embodying and embracing our own imperfections and being okay with those. And so the other card I pulled was the Four of Fire, which brings us into this about coming together, about union, about connecting. And so it brings in this sense of being at peace, contentment, and making peace with our past, and making peace with what we can't change. And if we keep staying mad about, if you keep staying mad about something that happened to you, say 30 years ago, and you haven't been able to move beyond that, it's not affecting the person that you're mad at all. It's destroying your life. So if you're still angry at someone from 30 years ago, then you're if the only person that's impacted by that is the impact that it has on you and the people in your lives who's getting the collateral damage of that. So this is about us being able to move forward, and it's about us finding this sense of of happiness within our hearts, and that in our moments of joy, joy is not consistent. It's all these little temporary moments that bring us to joy, that then help us in our healing process, so that we know that we have the opportunity to heal, that times can change, and that we can make the changes that we need to make in our lives. So that's what I have. Lisa popped out again, but we're gonna be over in Zoom. If you're thinking about coming to the event in Camrose, come join us over there. And so the link is all in the event page, and you can come join us there. That's not going to be on Facebook Live or on YouTube, but my energy update is up. It is available, so you can go. Uh, Lisa's back. So you can come join us over there, but you can also get the energy update on the YouTube. And Lisa's is also out, and hers is the Inner Alchemy with Lisa. So she has her energy updates out on her YouTube and on her Facebook, and so come check us out. So yeah, so she would be Inner Alchemy with Lisa if you want to check out her personal work as well. And we are the faces of the More Than Existing Academy, where we have so much in there that you can also go check out the More Than Existing Academy of Higher Consciousness. And we have such a collection of work that is in there that you can go check out. And yeah, that's what we have for you. And we're going to see you shortly.
Thank you, everyone.
Much love.